I love Thanksgiving because it it demands what we're thankful for. I can't just be thankful to outer space. So it comes down to who and what am I thankful for? Are we thankful for all these things, family and friends, etc.? I'm thankful very much for you, for those who have come alongside Comfort My People and supported us in any way, whether it's prayerfully or financially. But ultimately, we're thankful for the source of all this, and that's God Himself. And so it's hard to escape that if we have conversations leading up to that. And I know this is going to be a difficult Thanksgiving for some people because for some the election was so liberating, and others it was like imprisonment. And so that table might be difficult to sit at, but our minds have to be stayed on Him because He's given us so much to be thankful for. And we can't, we shouldn't try to escape that. We draw ourselves to Him, and we overflow with thanksgiving, and which is what the Gospels talk about. This morning I was reading through Philippians, and Paul is so thankful. He seems like he's the most thankful person in the world. And then it comes down to this point. He's talking specifically to the Philippian church, and he says, you guys have been really generous to me. In fact, you're the only one of all the churches. And it's like I read it for the first time. You're the only one of all these churches. Paul has given his life for the gospel to be spread, and it so effectively was, not just through him, obviously, but he was a key player. And yet all these other churches didn't come alongside and help him to live. I mean, I understand he worked with his hands, which he wanted to, he felt it was right to do. But certainly that a laborer is worthy of his hire. You don't muzzle the ox when he's treading out the corn, and Paul was doing that. So why weren't there more people that were thankful enough to say, we want to support what you're doing? That's crazy. I mean, of all the things that he had difficulties with, this just showed up to me on the radar screen. It's like, wow, this is intense. And yet it didn't stop him, which is a remarkable example for me. We carry a message, Comfort My People does. We believe it's from God. We believe it's timely. We believe that the church needs to turn her attention to Israel. And we believe it hasn't. And we don't understand that. And we're not looking for our own attention at all. But the message we carry is the ability for this connection to take place between believers in America and the West, to connect with believers in Israel who are doing the work of the gospel, which is not only biblical, but it's prophetic, that this has to happen. And yet there seems to be very little attention in that direction. I'll tell you something. Over 95% of the money that churches and Christians and Christian organizations send into Israel goes to the work of the gospel.
Okay, pause right there, Paul. I believe what you meant to say was over 95% of the funds given to Israel from well-believing Christians do not make it into the hands of those who want to spread the gospel, to those who want to spread the name of Yeshua in the land. They do not make it into the hands of the Messianic believers.
You could find that out for yourselves. But that's a sad thing. Well, where's the money going to? Well, the money, it's great that it's going to Israel, and there's a lot. Believe me, there's just a ton of money that goes into Israel from churches, from Christians, from organizations that believe in Jesus, but they just send it, and maybe with good intentions, maybe not. But they don't send it to organizations, which are not organizations at all. They're individuals who have a calling, and they out doing it. Those are the people we support. These are the ministries that Comfort My People supports. They share the gospel with their people. Why? Because they love their people. They want to see them come to the faith in the living God, Yeshua HaMashiach, the Jewish Messiah. And they're the only ones that could share it. They're a tiny percentage. Less than 2% of the less than 0.2% of the population are Jewish believers in Messiah. So why aren't they getting the support when there's so much support going in? I don't know. I really don't. But it's going to good causes, humanitarian causes, feed the poor, feed the hungry, and even equip the soldiers at times with the needed facilities. And I love it. I'm grateful for it. But isn't the gospel the heart of the message that brings people hope and confidence? And these are the people that are so thankful for what they have and who they are and their calling, that they're using that thing, just that gospel message, the same way that Paul the apostle did in his time, to bring it to his people, to bring it to the people beyond his people, the Gentile world. And so I'm just encouraging you, I hope, to consider your ways. First of all, to God, show him how grateful you are. May he be the centerpiece of the table, and that Thanksgiving becomes such an incredible reality because of your true faith in God and appreciation that he's the source of all good things, and that you would spread that from there into your surrounding people so that they know how real you are, how genuine your faith is. And so for me, I'm just thankful for you. I'm thankful for even my dog barking in the background, the place I live, my family we have. But I'm just thankful that we have this opportunity in this specific time in history to bring the truth that liberates people. Turn your attention to Israel, and you'll see that these are people that are persevering for their survival, but also defending the entire Western world that could happen and may happen on our shores, but they're preventing it for the time being. At least be thankful for that. Shalom, shalom, and blessed Thanksgiving. I'm sorry to neglect what I really wanted to say, and this is it. Yivarecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May the Lord bless you, and I mean that. May the Lord shine his face upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you his peace. Shalom.